Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is David Barnett. I'm the director of the Career Center, and we have Edward Foy here. He's a career intern as well as a career counselor at Thomas U for the summer. And he's going to take you through the CAMS program, how to log onto CAMS and how to post jobs, and also how to erase jobs from CAMS. The jobs that are posted on CAMS go directly to the student's website in the Blackboard shell. We also have jobs that we also post on the TU website as well, but you won't be responsible for that. So go ahead, Edward, welcome, and go ahead and walk us through this.
Okay, perfect. So I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm just going to log into CAMS right now with my login for the summer. So first of all, this screen will pop up right here. Just press agree. This will take you to the main page of the CAMS website. So first of all, we go to placements. This gives us our jobs and employers. So when we research a job, we use two websites, Indeed.com and simplyhired.com, or David will send you the jobs. And the first thing you want to check is that when you receive the jobs, the employer that is listed on the job is currently in our database. So we go to employers right here. They are listed in alphabetical order. For example, if we're looking up new hire solutions, we come down to N. Skipping down, there's a lot of jobs on here. Right here, so that'll be new hire solutions. You double click on that and it gives you the information of the company. This is very important when we go to post the jobs, as you list the employer that's on there. So when it posts on the board, it also gives all the information on the employer that we have. So it's good to check that that's up to date and everything's okay with that one. So go ahead and update that. And it's always important, once we update anything on here, we press save, so everything's updated correctly.
Can you walk us? No, it's important that you log the employer first, correct?
Yes, that's going to be in the job section when we go to post the job.
Could you walk us through a new employer, just a make-believe one, just so we can walk through that?
So to access that screen and just access, you right click on the mouse and that'll give you this. For example, we name a company Tools and we can go through the address, just make the address up. Example. Just enter email addresses and the state and all the information. Go ahead and say it's Florida. Just to make sure we add that. So as soon as we press add and we press the save button, it'll save it. And we can go down to T. It'll be listed in alphabetical order. I believe we saved it as Tools.
Every time that you log one, you double check and make sure of that?
Yes, and make sure the employer is here, so any position that we have, the employer is here, but also important to check, once we click on it, that the employer information is up to date.
Excellent, excellent.
So that's what we go ahead and do. So that's a make-believe one that we've created there, and as you can see, it was listed.
Okay.
New jobs. Good, so that's how you post a new job, and that's also to delete it. You go down to Tools, where we just were, or you find the job that you created. So example, so we click on that and we press delete. It'll ask you if you want to delete it, and you press yes, and then once again, press save, and it'll update. Good, so that's to check the employers there before you go ahead and post a job, because you'll find if you get a list of jobs and you try and post a job without the employer, they don't know how to contact the employer, or the information is not relevant. So click out of that and we go to jobs right here. So these are the current jobs we currently have listed on the Blackboard website for you to go on.
Now, why do we have 8?
We have 8 right now because we like to keep them, because they will not post in order. Okay. So right now we post them on a 2-week basis, where we have 8 to 10, up to 15 at a time, and then every 2 weeks we will go in and delete the ones that are past date and add new ones. Okay. We add ones every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to the job site. So these ones we currently have on there. Just add to this one, Farm Credit. That's a new job that David sent me. So these are the jobs you have listed. So if you click on them, it'll tell you the name of the job, when it was posted, when it's available to, number of positions available, and salary, etc. Right there. That's a current job we have posted, and always press save. So we want to add a new job onto here. We right click once again, and it brings up this form. The very first thing I like to do is go to the employer, once again, to make sure it's there. Now, this will not be listed in alphabetical order. We do have a nice search function up at the top right here. For example, if we're looking for new hire solutions, I just type in the word new, and it brings up new hire solutions. You double click on that, and it lists the employer's new hire solutions. That's a very important step, so they know how to contact the employer, and the employer's information is on there, which we'll see later under the job board.
It also links the two. It also links the contact information to that employer too for future reference too. So that's really good.
Good, great. And if we go back into my email here, I'll just search under David Barnett. So these are jobs David has sent me over the last couple of weeks, and I've been posting them. For example, they're listed like this. A lot of the time, which is something when we were going through this process me and David spoke about, in the past you will have had to have entered the information and just type it in into here and type the information in for every single job. Because if you find if you right click, it will not give you the option to copy or paste. But a nice little trick I learned in one of my computer classes, if you copy this and you press Control C, that will copy upholstery. Now when you go back into CAMS and into jobs, you now press Control V and it automatically puts the information in there for you.
That's brilliant.
It saves you many hours of work. You can post multiple jobs in a shorter amount of time rather than having to go through all the emails and look at the information. You just copy and paste them into the boxes. So if we create a job here, say upholstery XL, for example, and the entry date was today. We normally post jobs, like we stated earlier, every 2 weeks out. So if you go from the 20th, which is today, available to, let's say, the 3rd. So that's a 2-week period it's available for. Number of positions is normally 1 available. If we say the pay is, this will all be stipulated in the email or jobs you find online yourself.
Now, what happens if you have a job?
Yeah.
And you've got most of the information, but you don't have all of it. What are some suggestions that you have to find the extra information without having to contact the employer again?
You can also go online and look up the company, look at their address, information, who to contact for the job. They'll have a lot of information on Google or on their line. If they have a job posting as well on their line, you can double check all the information through that.
Good suggestions.
Good. So we can just double check the pay there. So the salary would be from $8 to $12. Normally it'll stipulate that. Sometimes it will have this information. Just put as much information as they provide or that you can find. And the same in the requirements. There'll be certain requirements for the job that they send you. For example, if we go into job openings up at the top screen. Let me just wait a second. You go back into my email up here. So this is a demonstration for the job or the requirement for the job. Once again, Control C. Go back into CAMS and you will find it will close the screen. You just click on it and it will save it for you. And then we can, once again, Control V, and now the requirements are posted in there for the job, what they're looking for.
And you can elaborate on that and add extra stuff that you find and whatnot too.
Yeah, you can put your own information in. One thing that we were doing this summer as well, which is important for the interns, is just to put your initials at the bottom here, just so we know who's posting the jobs. For example, my initials are EF, Eddie Foy, so we know who's posting that job. So we go ahead and post this job now. We go ahead and add. Come down to the add button, we press add here. That job has been added for the upholstery XL, which you can see right here. That's the job you just added. And if you press save, that will automatically upload to the job board. If we go to here and we update this, they will not post an order. As you'll see, there's a job that I posted last week that says upholstery. If we look for the job we just posted under upholstery XL.
Can you back out of this one screen, Edward, so we can see when you sign in the Blackboard where to access that at?
Yeah, of course I can. Okay, so if I go back, this is the main web page when you're going to your student login right here. This is your student Blackboard. Area right here, you can log into Blackboard. If you come down to here under Administrative Services at the bottom, it's job announcements. And you scroll down, they will not post an order, which is why it is important to put the date they were posted and also update it every 2 weeks. and keep the jobs limited to around 15, so there's not too many jobs on there.
Okay.
So also we go down to the bottom, we'll see that this is the post we just created on Upholstery Excel. This is the information. This is why it's important to put the correct employer. It says new hire solutions right here. It also gives their address, their contact number, and everything else. If you didn't put that employer information, they wouldn't be able to match online, and we wouldn't be able to get effective job postings.
Perfect.
So,
now, I've noticed how quickly that generated.
yes, within 30 seconds, as soon as you press the refresh button, it will generate. The only issue is that it doesn't post in order. So you have to go down and scroll. And if we look at today's date, right here, it posted today, roughly around 10 minutes ago, but it gives it.
And that's a deficit with the program. We've tried to look into that. We can't change that, but that's why Edward and I came up with the idea to break it down to how many? About 8.
Yeah, 8 to 10. I think the maximum you can go to is around 15. You keep track of them over a 2-week period, and then every 2 weeks, also refresh this and also refresh the job board over in the corner once you've printed the jobs out.
Okay.
Roughly 2 weeks.
Okay. Now, how do they delete the jobs again?
Okay, so we go back to CAMS. You'll see jobs is right here. So all you need to do, for example, that's the job we just created right there, Upholstery Excel. If we press delete, it'll say delete job. You just confirm yes, it goes. Now, in order to update the blackboard and to make sure everything saves, just press the save button.
Okay.
Good. Now we go back into job announcements and refresh the page. Hopefully, we'll see that Upholstery Excel is no longer there. So it updates that quickly for you guys. And it's a relatively simple program. And once you learn the control and the control V options, posting jobs takes roughly less than a minute to post a job accurately, correctly. And we've also had a lot of success this summer from people getting jobs on the CAMS website.
Good, excellent. Now, did you have any barriers when you first started? Was there anything you had to do with IT or anything to make sure that you were signed on? Can you kind of walk us through that?
Yes, I went to meet with John, the IT guy. You can actually get an appointment with John online. So if you go onto the TU website, you can get an appointment with John. We sent out a link last week that I believe David posted onto the Career Centre board. And you request an appointment with him and he'll come meet you face to face. You sit down, he created a password and a CC Intern username for the summer. And he also put it on the computer for me, and that goes through Lacey Harrison as well. She confirms that password and everything.
And Lacey and I spoke about that. And in the past, we had interns having their own access each. But what we've decided on over the semesters of just learning how people utilize it, what we do now is we have one password and one login for the interns for that semester. So that way, then the following semester, there's a different one. Like this summer, Edward and Jocelyn have specific logon passwords, and that'll change in the fall. So and you can't actually access the computer down there on CAMS unless he signs you on. So you always have to make that appointment the first. Now, is that the only location where you can log on the jobs in CAMS is in the Career Center, Edward?
Yes, that's correct. I only use this computer with my username and login, and like I said, John, the IT guy, created the short link for me on here to access it as the only computer I can access CAMS from.
Okay. And how long does it usually take you to post jobs, typically?
Roughly to post 10 jobs and to organize and make sure that they're posted in the correct date, it roughly takes me 20 to 30 minutes to post 10 jobs at most.
Was it that was now that's over time though? When you first started though, were you able to post that quickly?
No, when I first started, it would take longer, around 45 minutes, just to get into the swing of things of making sure the jobs were posted.
I just wanted to have the interns have like kind of an idea of the range from now and how quicker you can get as you get through. Now, typically what will happen is during the semester, especially from the staffing agencies, I will get an email.
Yeah.
I will just forward it to the intern. And what Edward had showed you earlier is this one is like one specific email that had everything. Now, what's interesting is when you get this, it looks like this, does it, Edward, when I send it to you?
Yes, that's how it comes through.
Interesting, because when I get it, it's in an Excel form.
Oh, okay.
And when I forward it to you, it's an Excel form.
Oh, okay. That's how it comes through to me.
I've never seen it like this. So, okay, this is actually easier for you to copy and paste, because what I used to get was the Excel spreadsheet, and I would have to try to figure out how to retype. I didn't have the little copy awesomeness that you had. So, okay, awesome. This will really help future interns, and I really appreciate you going through this, and especially all the work that you've done this summer, Edward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.